how's it going YouTube? This is Skul and welcome to an update video on my Nintendo Switch collection. So it is now September 2017, which means that just 2 days from now the Nintendo Switch will be exactly 6 months old. And in that time we've gotten over 20, almost 30 physical games released on the system between all regions. Full disclaimer, there are some games missing from this. It's not because I've forgotten them or because I failed to get them, it's because I am waiting. Let me explain. There are some games that have been released in Japan only. The biggest one that comes to mind right now is One Piece, Unlimited Red Edition. That has been released in Japan, but I am waiting for the European version to release so I can get it with an English cover. That's my own personal preference. Basically, it comes down to this. My priority is American games whenever possible. If there was a game not released in America, then I'll go after the European version. And if there's a game not released in America or Europe, only then do I get the Japanese game. Currently, that applies to, I think, 2 or 3 games. But overall, right now, I have 27 games released. And the ones that I am missing, I am currently waiting on a European version of those to release, or an American version for Azure Striker Gunvolt, which has been released in Japan, but will be released in America in October. In fact, September and October alone are going to bring about 32 games, and that's just what's been announced. There's going to be a whole lot more. So the Switch library is going to double in the next 2 months. But after 6 months, we have a nice solid 27 games to show off for you guys, and that's what this video is for. To show you what a complete Switch collection looks like after 6 months of release, with a little asterisk there. See beginning of video for details. Let's go ahead and get started. These are in alphabetical order, as much as possible. So we're starting off with 1-2 Switch, which is... I would say it's the worst game on the Switch. It's not even close anymore, but this is one that I recommend you pick up only if you have like only when it goes down to a bargain bin price. But it is fun. It's just not worth the enormous price tag that it currently has. ARMS. You guys know what ARMS is. So I'm showing off the insides because I just want to show you guys what the back of the covers look like. Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, for example, has a reversible cover. So if you wanted to, you could look inside and see. You could flip this over and make that the front, if you so wished. It also has all these little inserts, including an instruction booklet. This is the first printing edition. I have not yet decided whether or not I'm going to go after multiple cover variants. I'm leaning towards no, just because, as you can imagine, this is already expensive enough as it is. But that's why I'm showing off the covers. Cars 3, Driven to Win, Ren, Kylo Ren. Last Jedi's coming out soon. Looking forward to that. Anyway, and then some don't have anything in the front. As you can see there, just white, and that's what the cartridge looks like. It all depends on the game and what the publishers decided to do. Cave Story Plus. This is the GameStop version, so it does come with this little whatever's in there. It's kind of hard to get this one back into place. So, gotta hold it down while I do, I guess. Honestly, like, I kind of like how when they release physical versions of games that they have to bump the price up a little bit, but then they'll include a little something extra just to make it more worth your time and money. I don't really care for that. I mean, I think it's a cool concept, but it I don't know. I'm happy just paying $40 for a physical game and leave it at that. If I want cheap, I'll go digital. Simple as that. Disgaea 5 Complete. And this one, I believe, also has a reversible cover. It does indeed. I just like the original. Whatever it was first put on the shelf as, that's what I like to keep it as. Just personal preference. But know that if you get some of these games, the reversible cover is an option. Fate Extella, the Emerald Star. It looks like she has bunny ears. Nope. But I thought that was funny when I first saw that. This is another JRPG, kind of like Disgaea 5. And this one comes with a starting manual and a beautiful background there. Look at that. Honestly, that's one reason why I love to collect physical games, is to see all the beautiful artwork that they put inside. We have Has Been Heroes, which is a GameStop exclusive here in the United States. It's a puzzle game. And again, nothing special on the inside. They really went bare minimum with this. I wonder if the publisher's like, yeah, we'll release it physical, but we'll make it like the least amount of effort possible. Just Dance 2017. Another one of those Switch launch titles, which not many people have, I think. And this one doesn't have artwork, but it does have the technical support, all the you know, the little stuff that you skim over when you accept the terms and agreements, whatever. Yeah, so that's basically what happens between these games. You either have, in the case of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you either have this beautiful, beautiful picture in the background and the inside, or you have nothing at all, or you have techno jargon that no one really cares to read. Sometimes you have a reversible cover, but those are the 4 options that you get when you get Switch games. Lego City Undercover. This is basically GTA 5 for kids. That's the best way to put it. If you like open world, if you like Lego, then definitely pick this one up. I cannot recommend it enough. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is the most recent game to be released on the Switch. I haven't even played it yet. But I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've heard plenty of people say they love it. Well, need to blur that out because I haven't redeemed it yet. Actually, I'll just go ahead and redeem it before I put this video up. So, yeah. That one apparently is getting really good reviews. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What else can you say about this game that hasn't been said already? It's Mario Kart 8, but Deluxe. And inside we have instructions on how to play the game. Minecraft Story Mode, The Complete Adventure. This is the first Minecraft game I've ever personally owned, actually. I have yet to play it, but now that I have it, I have an excuse to play it. I believe the sandbox mode will be coming to physical sometime later this year. It's listed on all the websites, just no release date yet. Puyo Puyo Tetris. You know, it's Puyo Puyo and Tetris. What else is there to say? Now, this one did come with the keychain, but I have the keychain on my keychain, so yeah. Skylanders Imaginators, Focus. And I do have the rest of the Skylanders box. It's just, you know, I like putting this on my shelf so it's easier to remember I have it when I look at my stuff. Advertisement for Skylanders Academy on Netflix. I really, really hope they've abandoned this and that they're working on a Spyro HD remake, because I love Spyro so much. Splatoon 2. Well, I mean, what else is there to say about this? I make a whole series on it on my channel. That's the most popular thing here. This does have a reversible cover as well. As you can see, the game is out of here. It's in my Switch because I play it so much. If you were to ask me what my favorite game is on the Switch right now, it's honestly a toss-up between Splatoon 2 and Breath of the Wild. Probably leaning more towards Splatoon 2 right now just because I played Breath of the Wild to death, and Splatoon is relatively new. Super Bomberman R. This one, I'm going to give it a mixed review. It's fun, but setting it up is hard, difficult, especially with multiplayer. You really, there's a really steep learning curve. It's fun, but it's not exactly one I'd recommend if you were to only get a few games for the Switch. This sucker, Troll and I. This is without a doubt the worst game so far on the Nintendo Switch. Like, if you don't believe me, just take my word on it. The frame rate is horrendous. The gameplay is horrible. There's several points in the game where it can actually crash your whole Switch. It's very unstable, it's literally unplayable. I have no idea how good the story is because you can't get past the opening screen sometimes. That's how bad it is. At least once you Switch you can play. And then the final North American released game so far, Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers. It's Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2. But on the Switch, it plays great. If you're a fan of Street Fighter 2, this is the game for you. It's basically a perfect port of Street Fighter 2, and it's super, super fun. Even if all I really do anymore is button mash just because I don't know what I'm doing. But that's all that's been released in North America so far. And now I'm going to go to the Japanese games. I do have all of those as well, except for the ones that will eventually release in Europe or North America. I'm very selective that way. I just prefer English covers whenever possible, as I have explained. So we're starting with Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. And I do have custom covers in each of these. That's why it's in English, that's why the back looks like this, and that's why the side looks like that. But the actual covers are underneath. As you can see in the background there, that is the actual cover in the background. And that's Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. It does not play in English. The only Japanese game that does play in English right now is I Am Setsuna. This was supposed to come in English, but then all the listings disappeared overnight and we haven't heard anything about it. So I'm guessing that this will never come in English. That's why I went ahead and got the Japanese game. Next up is I Am Setsuna, and this did get an English cover, but I didn't know about that till after I got this, and plus that one's super hard to find and super expensive, so this is the one exception I'll make. Plus the one that got an English cover I think was only released in Malaysia and the Middle East, so it doesn't even count as a European or North American release. It's still an Asian release, just with a English cover. The game does play in English. And next up we have Mina DIY Spelunker. I'm not exactly sure. I think it translates into Everybody Party Spelunker, if I remember right. It's a puzzle game that you can play relatively easily. As you can see, my printer was running out of ink there when I printed this cover. You can play this really, really easily. It's made for kids, so you need to understand languages that much in order to understand it. It's a very fun puzzle game. You've got to try that out if you haven't already. I believe the demo is on the eShop. This is one I don't have a cover for yet. Monster Hunter Double Cross. Of course, everyone's upset that this isn't getting an English release, but it is what it is. I don't have a cover yet because I just got it yesterday. But yeah, I've never played Monster Hunter in my life. Apparently this one's pretty difficult to play if you don't know Japanese, so I probably won't even play this one, but you know, it is a game, and the cover art looks nice. Gotta admit that. Nobunaga's Ambition Sphere of Influence. This did get an English release on the PS4, so I don't know why they're not localizing it, but they're not. Whatever. This one, it's Nobunaga's Ambition. It heavily relies on dialogue, so there's no way I'd ever be able to play this. Nor this next game either. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13. Yeah, this one is even more dialogue heavy. You can kind of see the back cover there. Don't even know I'm showing off my custom covers. For anyone wondering, I just designed it in Photoshop. There's a template on the Nintendo Switch subreddit that I downloaded. Then whenever I get a new game that needs a cover, I just go ahead and design it in Photoshop and print it out. It works on a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So anyway, now we're up to, this is the final game so far that is released on the Switch. I just bumped my camera. And that is Seiken Densetsu Collection. I only found out recently this is the Secret of Mana. This contains 1, 2, and 3. It's not playable in English. 1 and 2 got a translation in English, 3 never did, so I'm guessing they just didn't want to go through the effort of translating the third one. That is that. Another dialogue-heavy game that I'll probably never be able to play. But that's it so far for physical releases. Now I have some extra odds and ends here. I have the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild expansion pass. That was from GameStop. It doesn't have a cartridge or anything, but this is what was on display at GameStop. I just went to GameStop and bought the expansion pass and asked if I could just keep the case, and they said sure. Yeah, believe it or not, sometimes GameStop can be actually nice. And then I have cases for my digital-only games. I have Oceanhorn: Monster of Uncharted Seas, which was very graciously given to me by FDG Entertainment, which made the game. And these are just empty cases that I bought off of Nintendo's website. You can get, I think, $1 a case, something like that. They're really cheap. Again, no cartridge inside, custom-made cover, but yeah. So I keep my digital games like that so that it reminds me I have them, and I don't have many. Another one I have is Shantae Half Genie Hero, and this should eventually get a physical release. We haven't heard anything about it since its announcement, so I just had to get it right now. I couldn't wait any longer to get it, so I just went ahead and got it. And it's a very, very fun game. I will buy digital games as long as they're fun. Snipper Clips was another one of those launch titles on the Switch, but it was eShop only. And the last game I have to show off is Sonic Mania. And I wish this got a physical release. I kind of did, actually. I got the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition, which comes with the Sonic statue on top of the Genesis/Mega Drive. However, it doesn't count as a physical game because there's no physical cartridge. So I made this to put on my shelf and celebrate, and that wraps up my complete Nintendo Switch collection. With the disclaimer that it's not entirely complete, but I'm aware of that, and it's my own choice. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. September, I believe, has a total of 14 releases, and October so far has 18. It'll probably get even higher. Wait, 18? Yeah, I think. Something like that. So there's a lot of Switch games coming out. We have only just begun our Nintendo Switch journey. And I hope that it lasts long and that it gives us a lot of really great games, and I hope that you join me the whole way as we go on our journey. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to tell me what your favorite Switch game is. I'd love to hear from you. Hi everyone, this is Skul. If you liked the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, hit that little bell so you get notifications whenever I upload a new video. That does it for now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.